Hello and welcome to another episode of Geography Made Easy. And today I will be discussing the second part or paper of CVAC course of Calcutta University. So this paper will be taught in the second semester of the new education policy, and the common value added course, this remains as an extended part of the first paper which we had in semester 1. So it was there. It is still a 2 credit course. Full marks is 50, and the question paper pattern remains the same as it was in the first semester. We can discuss about the question pattern in another video, but in this video I will be talking about the syllabus. So this paper, it is called environmental education. And when we are talking about environmental education, the topics which educate human beings about the environment, it concerns those things. So here we have 5 units, just like in the previous paper. And I will be posting details of the different videos on the different units separately, as I had done for paper 1. So the first topic or unit 1 in this paper is environmental education. And here we discuss about the concepts of environmental education. For example, the philosophy behind environmental education, the different kinds of concepts behind the environmental education, with special reference to the Tbilisi Declaration of 1977, which basically addressed environmental education. And we will also be talking about the difference between environmental awareness and environmental education. Unit 2 is concerned with rules and regulations of the environment, and this particular topic comes in details with the different acts. So we have the first part is dealing with why do we need rules and regulations for environmental protection, and then in the second part, with special reference to India, we have the different policies, acts and rules which are there. For example, we have the Wildlife Protection Act, we have the Forest Conservation Act, we have the Water Prevention and Control of Pollution Act, and so on. And the third part of this particular unit is concerned with certain international agreements which have been passed in international bodies to protect the environment from harm. And we have 3 of the most important ones. We have Montreal Protocol, we have Kyoto Protocol, and we have the IPCC's, the different climate negotiations, and Convention on Biological Diversity. The 3 most important, and we will be discussing about the different types of climate negotiations which take place. This particular unit is very, very important, and questions from here, especially short questions as well as long questions, can come. We will discuss that later in another video. Unit 3 consists of human communities and the environment. So how human communities, how they have reacted and tried to conserve the environment. So here we have basically about human population growth, its adverse impacts on the environment, human health and welfare. So this paper is very much, or this unit is very much a little bit conceptual. So we need to build our concepts around this as well. Then we have the concept of resettlement and rehabilitation, and what can be the environmental impacts of resettlement and rehabilitation. So refugee crisis, all of these population related problems which can have environmental adverse impacts on the environment as well. Then we have certain movements and this is with special reference to India, certain movements which have created environmental awareness in our country. So we have the Bishnois, we have the Chipko, we have Silent Valley, and we have the Big Dam movements. And these, all the 4. So we have Narmada Bachao Andolan, Silent Valley. So they are very important, and students of environmental studies should know about this. So they are very important. And finally, the last part is a very new interesting part which has been added, which is called environmental ethics. So we have the different types of environmental ethics which is existing. We have the concept of ecofeminism, and we have what are the different roles which is played by culture in environmental conservation. So how every culture, especially indigenous cultures, how within the culture there are practices which adhere to environmental protection. Next unit, which is unit 4, we have disaster awareness or disaster. This is very close to disaster management and disaster management chapter. The first topic here is fundamentals of hazard, disaster, risk and vulnerability. So which is very conceptual and definition based. Then we have the different classification of disaster like floods, earthquakes, cyclones, tsunami, landslide and man-made disasters. And we have certain case studies here which we are going to deal with in details. And we have the Minamata disaster, we have Bhopal gas tragedy, we have Fukushima nuclear disaster, we have the Kedarnath floods, we have cyclone Aila, and we have the very recent COVID-19. Each disaster which has been created by some kind of natural calamity, disease or some reason. And we will be talking about how each has actually impacted the environment, how we have reacted with the environment. The last part is how do we manage such problems. For example, if we talk about the cyclones, which is a disaster in India, how do we deal with this kind of a disaster? What are the measures which the government takes? Or for example, if we are talking about COVID-19, what were the measures which the government took? So we have disaster management and we have disaster warning systems, especially climatic disasters, even earthquakes and other natural disasters. There is warning systems, and with increase in technology, this has also improved. So we will be talking about how nature, which is full of disaster, how we are actually helping in creation of disaster, because these natural phenomena is now becoming a disaster because there's a loss of death, there's a loss of human life, there is death, there is a loss of property, and there is basically it's harmful to human beings, and how we have actually contributed to these disasters. So we'll be discussing that. And last but not the least, we have unit 5, which is role of environmental education in protecting the environment. So how environmental education creates awareness or protection, and we students and everybody can protect the environment, and how it can start with this awareness programs. So we have here pedagogy and environmental education. So we have the different types of tools used in education which make people aware. And so they have given some example and we will be focusing on them. We have exhibition, role-playing ability, quiz, debate, field trips, demonstrations, projects, poster presentations, seminars and eco clubs. All of these create dialogues, create awareness, and these are mostly part of the environmental education, and we have seen that these models and these methods are applied in schools and colleges. So we will be talking about that. And next is what is the role of the NGO and government institutions in creation of environmental awareness and education. How government plays an important role, or NGOs play important role in creation of environmental education. So we talk about social media also here, we talk of news channels, we talk of radios, we talk of all the means of mass communication which can be used for environmental awareness. And lastly, so coming there, role of information technology and mass media in environmental education. So how print media, electronic media, social media, they can make a difference and create environmental awareness amongst people. So this is all for this particular paper. This is the syllabus, and each of these topics will be dealt with in details in my next videos. And I will also discuss about the kind of questions which we can expect from these chapters, because this time this paper is very different from the previous paper. So if you have any questions, if you are curious, you want to know more, please put a comment in my comment section so that I can look at it. Maybe I can look into it more and find out your answer. If you have any doubts, please feel free to message me, and hope to see you in the next video with more information about this paper. Till then, see you. Bye.